If you feel like your brand isn't getting the trust that it deserves, or you feel like people don't understand your story yet, this message will help you. Your story plays a bigger role in customer trust than you think. Every day, I study brands that create real impact. I pay attention to what helps them stand out and what makes people believe in them. I also pay attention to how trust is formed because trust is what actually turns a viewer into a buyer and a buyer into a repeat customer. And I've been an entrepreneur for more than 15 years in marketing, event planning, content creation, and brand development. And I've built a business that earned over 4,000 five-star reviews with an average rating of 4.99. And even with that history, I'm now rebuilding everything from scratch. Rebuilding forces you to look at your story with fresh eyes. It reminds you that people don't follow perfect brands, okay? They're following brands that they can understand. And your story is the bridge between your audience and your work. And what I've noticed is that the brands with the strongest impact, they don't hide the parts they're still trying to figure out. They actually use their story to make their audience feel safe, seen, and even connected. Now, most business owners think that they need a polished story before they can actually build a strong brand. They think that they need a perfect timeline, a perfect origin story, or a perfect explanation of how they got there. But the truth is, a story becomes powerful when it becomes honest. People don't need you to have everything figured out. They just need to understand why you do what you do. Okay, when your story is unclear, people don't know how to connect with you. They see your content, but they don't feel anything. And they might even see your offer, but they don't understand the person behind it, the reason behind it. And when people don't understand the person or the reason behind a brand, they're going to hesitate. And not because they don't like you or what your reason is, right? But because they don't feel the relationship, that connection yet. Connection builds faster when your story is simple and when your story is real. When I look at leaders similar to like Myron Golden, Tony Robbins, Lisa Nichols, and many others, okay, I notice something that they all do. They all share a story behind their work in a way that makes people feel very included, okay? They don't hide their early mistakes or their beginning stages. They use all of those moments to actually show their audience that growth is possible. Their impact doesn't come from having a perfect story. Their impact actually comes from telling their story in a way that gives people clarity and understanding. Okay, people trust you when they understand where you came from and why you do what you do. So, while I'm rebuilding my brand, it's pushed me to rethink how I tell my story. I realize that people don't connect to the quote unquote highlight reel, right? They connect to the real timeline, the experiences, the lessons, the failures, and all the results, all the things that I've learned from studying brands every single day. People trust that I've earned over 4,000 five-star reviews because they understand how I built that reputation. They trust my direction now because they understand how I've been doing this work for over 15 years. And they believe in my rebuild because I tell the truth about starting again from the beginning. So your story builds trust when it helps people understand who you are beneath all the work that you're doing, right? Your story isn't just background information. It's the foundation of your brand identity. It explains your mission without needing a long speech. And it helps people follow you because they know the heart behind what you're building. So when your story is simple and very honest, people are going to see your humanity shine through. Okay. They're going to see your experience. They're going to see your intentions, right? They see your growth and they're going to feel more confident choosing you. So your story doesn't need drama or super highlight reels, right? It just needs direction. Tell the people what shaped you. Tell people what matters to you. Tell people why you do this work because that's what builds the real trust. Now, when people understand your story, your content is going to become easier to create because you're not inventing anything. Okay, you're actually just simply sharing the truth behind your mission and your purpose, right? Your brand is going to feel stronger because it has a foundation, and your audience will be able to feel that foundation. Your customers become more loyal because they understand the real person behind the brand, okay? The more honest your story is, the more impact that your brand actually creates. So if you want people to trust your brand, start with your story, not the polished version, right? Just the real version. When people understand why your work matters to you, they're going to lean in and want to listen longer and learn more. And they're going to remember you. And they're going to buy because trust has already been built. Your story is not a weakness, okay? Your story is your advantage. You're the only one who has it. So use it, friend. So if this helped you understand how your story builds trust, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, friend. I upload a new lesson every day as I rebuild my brand from scratch and study the patterns behind strong identity and long-term impact. So if you want to get notified, make sure to subscribe to the channel and you'll get that notification once that video drops. All right, friend, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, then like and subscribe to support Brand Impact 365 with LaMorvielle. And if you are struggling with your brand impact, then watch the next video.